Hi, this is Tiffany Thomas conducting an interview for Whip Gregory. My shadow is Bo Adams, supervised by Dr. Sienna Skylar. Raymond, this is an interview. Can you please think? Okay. Supervised by Dr. Sienna Skylar. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is throw up all 10 of your macros.
Attempted to go back and say Olympian was for more time under the EA, you'll see that we have 0.
Thank you. I'm going to begin with the HP rules. The first one is do not resuscitate patients in streets around the hospital, PvP territory zones or army base. No attending PvP territory without a rank 7 or above. Do not treat patients with weapons drawn. Do not stand or cell on the main lobby floor. Do not stand on any back blocks or surrounding hospital areas to chill or take breaks. You can ride around in the city or go to floor 2 if unoccupied or the cafeteria instead. Do not go AFK while on duty. The punishment is a 3-day ban, demotion, and funds reset. Do not be disrespectful to patients or colleagues. Punishment is immediate dismissal. No combat fighting whatsoever. Break away and run. If you cannot, /help, RP4. As far as the desk rules, there's a max of 2 staff per desk in rank order from brown, maroon, blue, white, and then green. Up to 3 may line up down the hall in the same rank order. Brown, maroon, blue, white, and then green. For the med restock, if your wait time is over 5 minutes, you can go on emergency calls or med deliveries. If it's under 5 minutes, you can wait in the cafeteria. For the entry rules at the front door, only a rank 6 and above can enter through the front door, and for the front parking, only a rank 7 and above. Do not spawn the bus on any day at any time without DCP or CP permission. Radio checks are mandatory. You must respond using the 10-4 copy. Do you understand everything?
I do.
Okay. As for the MD rules, MD1, refusing to provide medical assistance, refuses to provide medical assistance, including performing CPR or giving meds without a justified RP reason, as long as there is no threat to the medic's life, including situations when armed players are present at the scene. The punishment is 1 reprimand from the faction leadership. MD2, providing medical aid during dangerous situations, selling medication or resuscitating players in situations that threaten the life and health of both the medic and the player, including but not limited to during an escalating conflict, an active shootout, a turf war, etc. The punishment will be one warning from the faction leadership. MD3, compliance with project rules. Medical personnel are required to comply with all established project rules. Punishment is from 1 warning to 1 reprimand from faction leadership. MD4, improper RP behavior. Failure to adhere to RP rules when interacting with players while providing medical assistance or communicating with faction colleagues. The punishment is 1 warning from faction leadership. MD4.1, disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior towards any player. Punishment is 1 reprimand or dismissal from the faction. Leadership at the dismissal at the discretion of the faction leadership. MD 4.2, non-compliance with orders. Failure to comply with leadership orders or to observe the chain of command within the faction. The punishment is 1 reprimand from faction leadership. MD 4.3, assault on civilians. Assaulting civilians with a taser, weapon, or fist without an RP reason. Punishment is dismissal from faction. MD5, use of weapons. Medical personnel is strictly forbidden from using any weapons. The punishment is dismissal from the faction. MD6, criminal activity. Intentionally associating with gangs, committing major crimes, including but not limited to theft, vandalism, murder, or joining factions during activities where medic participation is not intended. Punishment is dismissal from the faction. MD7, use of surface vehicles for personal purposes. Using official medical transport or personal travel when not on duty, including for civilian jobs. Punishment is 1 warning from faction leadership. MD 7.1, use of personal vehicles. Using personal vehicles instead of service vehicles to perform faction duties. The punishment is 1 warning from the faction leadership. MD 8, unauthorized issuance of recovery notes. Issuing medical certificates outside of a hospital, issuing medical certificates for monetary compensation. The punishment is 1 warning from faction leadership. We're going to jump into the RP rules, RP 13, NRP faction actions, violating RP conduct within a faction, including the unwarranted release of players from jail. Punishment, dismissal from the faction and or 30 minutes in jail up to a 3-day account ban. RP 14, sexual harassment, any form of sexual action, including simulation and explicit dialogue or actions, the use of ethnic and or LGBTQIA slurs, stalking other players, or excessive verbal detail and descriptions with sexual undertones. All sexual actions between players must be performed with prior consent of all participating individuals. Such actions must not take place in public areas or areas frequently visited by other players, including but not limited to jail, hospital, job zones, parking lots, etc. The punishment is 60-minute mute of voice and text chat or an account ban ranging from 24 hours to 30 days. RP 15, provocation of faction members, intentionally provoking members of any faction for entertainment or with the intent to disrupt the faction's operations. The punishment is 30 minutes in jail. Criminal acts against emergency personnel. Any criminal acts committed against emergency medical personnel. Punishment is from 90 minutes in jail to a 12-hour account ban. Do you have any questions?
No, no.
No.
Okay. So now we are going to, if I didn't tell you, do not ever go AFK on duty as well.
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna jump into the questions. How do you deal with difficult coworkers or colleagues?
Make sure your body cam is on. Make sure your body cam is on. And respectful to them. Go to the higher ranking. Make a complaint.
Correct. And you want to make sure that body cam is on. My second question, if you saw Dr. Sienna Schuyler outside and she was outside the hospital and she was shot, she asked you to pick her up, what do?
Make sure my body cam is on. Do the proper macros.
No, you do not pick her up. You leave her there. You don't pick up anybody in front of the hospital, behind, surrounding. You leave her there.
Okay, 10-4.
Okay. Why do you think the chain of command is important?
Because it adds
What was that?
the chain of command is important because it adds consistency and accurate problem solving.
I agree. Each rank has a role to play, so it's important that we all do our part so that our faction is running smoothly and we can deal with the patients accordingly, and everybody wins when everybody's working together. Teamwork make the dream work. If you were downstairs selling med kits and pills and you're behind the desk and a patient comes up to you, they have their weapon drawn, they're screaming, they're yelling, how do you handle that situation?
Make sure your body cam is on. Add the proper macros. Try to de-escalate the situation.
Good. Okay. I don't know if that was 4 or 5. I'll ask one more. What day of the week do you spawn the bus?
Only when approved by higher 7.
Yes, only when approved by DCP or CP. Correct. Bo, your questions?
Sure. Okay, so now you're on the EMS runs. You're going to the call. Obviously, you have the person in red who gave you the call, but you also have other bodies around, other folks that need help as well. Who do you help first and why?
The person in red because they made the call.
Okay.
Okay.
And how do you handle mistakes at work? Mistakes that you make at work.
Mistakes that you make at work.
You learn from your mistakes and try to correct the mistakes. And if you can't correct mistakes, you need to speak with higher ranking to get the correct mistakes corrected.
Okay. Very good. And those are my two questions. Thank you.
My two questions. Thank you.
Dr. Sienna Skylar?
If an injured player refuses medical treatment, how do you proceed?
How do you proceed?
You have to respect their decision.
Correct. Yes, we will not be healing anyone that doesn't need, that doesn't want to be healed. We're going to treat it like IRL. With the DNRs, they do not resuscitate. So just like they don't resuscitate, we won't heal them. So you're absolutely right. Sorry if I'm talking in circles a bit. Let's see. If a police officer asks you to revive someone immediately without RP, what do you do?
Make sure the body cam is on. And discuss with the higher ranking the situation that happened.
Yep, you definitely want to let somebody know just in case it comes up later, but you're absolutely right. Have your body cam on. You still are able to pick that person up. You just want to continue to RP, so use your macros, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the importance of the HP rules? Like, why do we need to follow them?
Well, it adds consistency in the role playing and it structure the whole environment.
Yes, we want to maintain structure. Again, with the RP, we want to make sure it's in a professional environment. We are behaving as if we are at work and within a hospital setting. So, yes, the rules are very important. Not only that, but it keeps people safe. You know, we don't want to put ourselves or our patients in danger. And I think I asked those three questions. Yeah. Did you need me to ask any more? Tiffany?
Nope. I think that will be it. This will conduct the interview for Mr. Whip Gregory.